Hey there, what's up? My name's Brandon. I'm the director of operations at Ghost Coast Video in Atlanta. I just love whenever I get the chance to sit down and talk to people about what we're doing and how it works. I just think that for most of my life, I've been somebody that really loves taking apart something and seeing how it works. And I think part of that is I've gone through a lot of situations where things don't work. And in order to do it, either you're going to spend a lot of money to get someone to help you, or you're going to break it down into very small pieces and look at each individual piece and figure out what part ain't working. It's almost like being a mechanic or having a car. When I started out in business, I did sales funnels. And for this, I did the entire thing from soup to nuts. I wrote a book. I wrote a page selling the book. I wrote the cover graphics. I designed the website. I uploaded it. I made an audio. I hired somebody with an even better voice than me, if you can imagine it. I produced video version of the book. And so this gave me a couple of things. Number one, I got really good in terms of the skills. And I understood the importance of each part of this funnel, because if any of it doesn't work, if they don't like the sales page, if they don't like the video, if the website doesn't turn up, if they don't like what they read, then you're just not going to get any kind of sale, right? You're not going to get the action that you want people to take. The second part of this that was really important was that since I had built a fully functioning system, I was able to reach out to people and say, hey, here's something that fully works for you. And all you've got to do is tell people about it. And when they were able to look at it for themselves, they were able to say, hey, this is cool and it works. Then all they had to do was tell people about it, and they got a huge benefit from the stuff that I did. So for you, I'm thinking a lot about testimonials. And the reason why it's on my mind is because I really think of testimonials as the highest level of feedback. Once you've done all of this work and you can spend countless hours on the sales page, the book, the training material, graphic design, video editing, audio, and I know that as a fact because you can trust me, I've been there before. I've done all that. It doesn't really mean a lot. It doesn't make an impact until people are talking to you about what you've made. And this is why businesses talk endlessly about how important your feedback is to them, right? It's why content creators beg you to like and subscribe and comment. It's why organizations want you to fill out surveys. They want you to be really involved in the work that they're doing. I do a lot of testimonial gathering for our clients. And so I want to look at some of the steps of that process, some of the stop gaps, and just some of what makes it really easy for someone to get more involved, and what are the things that might stop them. Because whatever is stopping you from getting that kind of feedback that you need, it's the lifeblood of your organization. Getting the stories, the commentary, the path forward from the people that you're serving. Without that, you don't have anything, period. So being able to harvest this information means you don't have to guess. You don't have to lean on your experience when you're deciding what to do next. No matter who we are, no matter how smart we look when we're standing on a Zoom call, we've got limited life experience. And that limited life experience leads us to be less insistent and less sure of ourselves when we're deciding where to go and what to do next with our organization. So that's why we have group decision making and why we lean on people that we trust. And it's also why we try to get feedback from the people that we serve. But there are a lot of obstacles that get in the way of us providing that end result. And what are some of those obstacles? Not enough time, right? Not sure what to say. And when somebody's not sure what to say, they're dealing with some of the same mental blockages that you've got. They're not sure, how do I speak about my experience? What do the people that are talking to me want? How can I be helpful here? So there are a few things that I want to drill down on here that's going to make asking for testimonials a much smoother process. And it's amazing. One of the big benefits of asking for testimonials is that the people who you're talking to, ideally, they've got the same vision as you. They know how you talk, and they want to see this operation grow just as much as you do. They want their time to be used wisely. They want to feel like they're bringing something to fruition. So the first step is just your outgoing message to them and reminding them of the mission that you share, and reminding them that this is something that they can do to help, right? Number one. Now we're going to talk about what the purpose of what they're sharing is. And yeah, it gives you feedback and information on what the mission is and where it needs to go. That's important. But also for them, they're giving inspiration, they're giving encouragement, they're having their voice heard. And that is super important. That means just a whole lot to the future of their organizing work. So you're going to be talking about that. And once they have clicked forward, and you're going to have a big button, you're going to have a big logo, you're going to have something that is clear and visual, whether that's, you know, a box like this where they're talking and they can click on it, or it might just be a red button in an email. But once they open it, there's a video request, and it comes from a real person. It can be you, it can be an intern, it can be just any member of the staff that loves to talk to people, and they are going to introduce themselves and ask for that testimonial. And testimonials, the delivery device can be complicated. Sometimes you can use software. There's lots of testimonial gathering software out there, believe me. You can also ask people to send in an email or a video. That can be a little bit tougher because you're asking people to show initiative and you want this process to be as buttery smooth as possible. But there are a few things that you want to remind them of. And it's basically a step of processes. And you can make this an infographic. You can make it some text that's on the testimonial page. Presentation is awesome, but it's not all important. I want to give it an example from our testimonial website. And if you go to our website right now, you'll see an infographic that's a little like this one. And there are a few questions that we ask. It'd be great for you to reflect on these and really ask yourself, hey, how can they apply to the work that I'm doing? Number one, you ask people to identify themselves. What's their deal? If they can very briefly say what they do, where they're from, what kind of work they do. It basically helps establish what their context is. And for the volunteers, for the donors, for the people that we're trying to reach, it establishes what they've got in common with the people who they're trying to inspire. And really, that's what a testimonial is all about. So the next thing we're going to ask for is, what was the before story? You know, what were you doing before you got to us? What was hard? What was stressful? What did you try already in the past? And what did they secretly want? And some people are really good at storytelling. They've got the heart of a romance author, right? And they can really say, hey, here was the identity that I wanted to step into. Get that information out of them. And then next, talk about that leap of faith. What was in their head that was maybe a little unsure? What was hesitant? What made them take the jump? And let me tell you, everybody has some voice in their head, something that brings them back down before they take that big jump and start living in the truth. So if you can find it and identify it and write it down, that's a database that we keep on hand at our company. Just what makes people hesitant so that we can make messages that overcome them. And the during story, what made us different? Telling about the results that they had, how did they feel? What were the benefits? And sometimes it's, I felt better during the call. I felt better during the first month. I felt better when I sent an email and got a response. It doesn't always have to be something that's big and flashy and at the finish line of your project. It honestly can just be a hope for the future. But obviously, if you can get results that are money made, subscribers made, time saved, really look at those and try to isolate them, because those are the things that get people, if not all the way through the process, it perks them up and gets them a little more interested. And you can also just ask people, once you've gone through all of this context, just tell people straight up, what would you tell people who are in our position and thinking about working with us? Because a lot of people just need a little push. They're right on the edge. So a testimonial doesn't have to do all of the work here. The purpose of a testimonial is not to do all of the work for you in terms of introducing, getting people to it, explaining the value, and getting them to make a purchase or make an investment. It can lead people through all of those steps, but a testimonial doesn't do all of the work by itself. It really just gives people a little bit of a push. This is a small action that takes somebody who's almost there and knows who you are and likes what you're doing, and it just inspires them to, hey, what would that next step look like? It's a safe thing for them to do. If you've got that, you've got all of the tools that you need to build great testimonials internally. If you need a little help, by all means, you can contact me. If you go to ghostcoast.video/contact, you'll see this face, and you can send your own video, and you can send your own text. You can send an audio note, and basically, it's all about making communication between you and me as simple as possible. I can take a few minutes to start a conversation. You can take a little bit of that and continue the conversation, and then I can take it up from there alongside with a group of people who I'm really proud. I'm really proud to call just a part of my team. I think that's it for now. My name's Brandon. Again, I'm the Director of Operations at Ghost Coast Video. So I love making things operate, and I love hearing from people. So send a message whenever you feel like it, and we will get in touch with you and lead you to that next step in getting feedback and inspiring action from the people you want to hear from. I think that's it. Bye-bye.